Well, hello guys, PokePlayer, and today I'm back for another video, and today's video is going to be another top 5 video, and it has been a while since I uploaded a top 5 video, so that's why I upload this top 5 video today. We are in the series top 5 of all the tiers, and we're almost done with the series because we are already at OU, and one tier is up to go. We only have to do Ubers after this, and then we're done with this series. So I hope you guys still enjoy the series. And today is about OU, and OU is really hard for me because honestly I don't really like OU. As you can possibly see from the videos on my channel, I do quite some lower tiered stuff. And I'm not really familiar with the OU tier because I don't really like playing in it. But let's just start off with our number 5. Number 5. And the number 5 on my list is Magnezone, and Magnezone is a really darn good Pokemon. Magnezone has a base 130 special attack stat, which is insane, and also the electric steel typing, which is really special because I think the only Pokemon that gets this typing is the Magnezone evolution line, so Magnemite, Magneton and Magnezone. I might be wrong, but I think those are the only 3 Pokemon that get this typing, and this typing is really special because it means that you are that you resist 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 typings, which is insane, and that's why Magnezone is one of the better Pokemon in the OU tier in my opinion. It has a really good special attack set, great abilities, for example Magnet Pull to trap in things like Ferrothorn and hit it up with an HP Fire, or things like Scizor. It's really darn good, although Scizor mostly has the U-turn to U-turn out of there, but if you are Scarfed, you will outspeed the Scizor, of course. Also, Magneton has access to things, Magnezone of course have access to things like Sturdy, which is also a useful ability, although most of the time you will see Analytic, which is an ability that means that if you move less, your special attack will be boosted, or your attack or special attack will be boosted by 1.3. Which is great. Also, Magnezone has a pretty decent move pool. Most of the moves you will run are electric type moves. You will mostly run Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Flash Cannon, and a filler move like HP Fire if you want to run the Magnet Pull set. And let's see, what else does it get? It gets mostly electric and steel type moves, which is okay because that are its step kind of moves, and it's just a really darn good Pokemon. A lot of resistances, really darn good offensively, and really bulky with 70 HP, 150 defense and 90 special defense, and that's why it's on my number 5 spot. Number 4. And for my number 4 spot, I've got a pretty special spot because I'm going to put 2 Pokemon in this one spot, and those 2 are Latios and Latias, and they are just both really darn good Pokemon in the OU tier. They have an amazing and a very special typing, the Dragon Psychic typing. I'm not sure if there are any other Dragon Psychic types around, but I do believe that this Latios and Latias are the only Pokemon that gets this typing. It is an amazing typing because that means that you are resisting the Fire, Water, Grass core that most people like to run in a team. Also electric type moves and psychic type moves, which is great. And also the ability Levitate to be immune to ground types moves, and immune to fighting types moves, which is great. Honestly, Latias and Latios are both really good. The difference between those 2 is that Latias has more special defensive bulk. It has 130 base special defense, and Latios has more special offense bulk. Special offense. It has 130 special attack, which is the difference between those 2. But they are both really good. Latias is better as a especially defensive wall. It gets a lot of moves to help him out. It gets Wish, Roost, Recover. It gets a lot of healing moves, Healing Wish if you want to run it supportive for a setup mon. Of course, things like Draco Meteor and a lot of coverage because psychic types mostly get a lot of coverage. So Grass Knot, Thunderbolt, I think, Energy Ball. Let's see what else. Psychic, of course, Psychic, Shy Shock, and Shadow Ball. Just a lot of decent coverage, which makes it a really darn good mon. And that's why these 2 Pokemon are on my number 4 spot. Number 3. And the number 3 of my best Pokemon in OU list is Chansey. And you guys all know the pain of Chansey, right? I absolutely hate Chansey because of how people use it. It is such a beast and it's unkillable. You think Chansey has no defense, so you can hit it with a physical type attack. And in theory, you shouldn't be able to, or you should be able to kill it with any kind of physical type attack because it has 5 base defense, which is terrible. But of course, Chansey has a 250 base HP stat, which is insanely big. Which means that if you invest max in defense, you can take defensive hits without any problems. With the Eviolite, because Chansey is the previous evolution of Blissey, of course. And with the Eviolite, it is an amazing beast. And Chansey has a 105 special defense set in general, which makes it really, really useful as well. And I mean, special attacking moves don't hurt it at all. Chansey also has access to the ability Natural Cure, which is also really good because Natural Cure means if you switch out, the toxic that someone dented on you is not existing anymore, which is great because Chansey kind of dies to toxic, but if you switch it out, toxic is gone, which makes it a really darn good mon. It's unkillable, in honestly. I haven't seen. There might be a mon that is able to kill Chansey in one hit, although I'm not sure of a mon right now. There are not a lot of mons as well. And Chansey, of course, has a lot of access to healing type moves. It gets soft boiled, wish, and stuff like that. Also minimize for the douchebags out there that don't like Smogon and just use minimize on stuff like Battle Spot, which is really annoying. And most chances that you'll see will run Toxic, soft boiled. What else does it get? It gets what's the name again? Seismic Toss, which is a fixed damage based move. It's just really pain to deal with. You guys all know what I mean if I say that Chansey is unkillable. And let's go on to number 2. Yeah, to our number 2. Number 2. And the number 2 on my list is Hoopa Unbound. And Hoopa Unbound is such a beast. Psychic Dark typing. A really neat typing. The only other Pokemon that gets the typing is Malamar and Inkay, of course. And this typing means that you don't resist anything, which is kind of unfortunate. But you are immune to Psychic, which is okay. But you also weak to only 2 types. Bug 4 times and Fairy 1 time. Well, just Fairy. You are also weak to Fairy. Which is okay. It's a really decent typing, to be honest. And Hoopa Unbound is such a beast because of its stats, of course. It has the ability Magician, which is not the most useful ability. There are other abilities out there which are much better and could fit much better on Hoopa Unbound. And you won't see a lot of usage on Magician. But it has a 160 base attack and a 170 base special attack. That's insane, guys. That are some really, really insane stats. It also has a 130 base special defense stat, which is really neat, but the only downside to Hoopa Unbound is that it has a 60 defense stat. But still, 60 defense stat and an 80 base HP stat means that you won't die to every single or physical attack. Although it is still a really weak stat, and the only weak stat that Hoopa Unbound has. It also has an 80 speed stat, and it has stuff like a lot of coverage. For example, it has Energy Ball, Focus Blast, Charge Beam, and really powerful moves, Hyperspace Hole, which is really cool, and a lot of other really, really good moves. It also has a lot of coverage in moves like Drain Punch, Fire Punch, Knockoff, Ice Punch, Gunk Shot. You can hit a lot of things with Hoopa Unbound, and with that attacking power, it's a great mixed attacker. And honestly, there are not a lot of stops in the game at this point. I haven't heard of one. There's probably a few walls out there that can kind of wall out Hoopa Unbound, but I haven't heard of it because I'm not really into the OU tier. But let's go on to our number 1. Number 1. And the number 1 on my list is Mega Metagross. And Mega Metagross is a beast. It's insanely good. It has the Steel Psychic typing, which is a really decent typing because you resist 9 types, which is great. You are also immune to poison and weak to 4 types, which is alright because Mega Metagross has bulk, has power, has the ability Tough Claws, which is a really decent ability for Metagross because Metagross gets a lot of moves that hit on the, or that touch your opponent, which Tough Claws boost, I believe. Let me see. Tough Claws increase the power of moves that make contact. So if you use an ability that makes contact on another Pokemon, you get a boosted move, which is really great because Metagross has things like Pursuit, Hammer Arm, Meteor Mash, Iron Head, Ice Punch, Zen Headbutt, Thunder Punch. All these kind of moves hit your opponent, which is great. It also has an insanely stat. It has a 145 base attack, which is really good with the Tough Claws boost. And just the bulk around it, it's just really good. Yeah, an 80 base HP set, which is decent, and 150 base defense set, which is great and really, really good. 105 special attack set, not that you're really going to use that, but it's still cool. A 110 special defense set and a 110 speed set, which makes Mega Metagross such a beast. Mega Metagross also has access to things like agility if you want to outspeed the majority of the tier or everything of the tier after an agility, which makes it really darn good. Also just Mega Metagross, such a beast, a lot of coverage with Tough Claw boosted moves and just a really insanely bulky mon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like if you did, and as I said before, I'm not really familiar with the OU tier because it's not my tier. I don't play it like ever. I haven't really played OU. Well, when I started competitive battling, I played OU. But that's where everyone starts, I believe. I never heard someone starting at PU or NU. You will always play and start with OU because that's the tier with the most powerful Pokemon. And as you saw in this top 5, OU has some powerful Pokemon. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And make sure to stay tuned for the top 5 favorite OU Pokemon that is coming up soon. And then I'll see you guys in my next video. Later.